Hello guys, we have another game here. This time we have Ultimasaurus playing as the English in the color pink. I don't really know who's Ultimasaurus. I have a guess. He's in Germany and plays Holy Roman Empire. Is it core? I'm not really sure. Against his opponent playing as the Chinese in the color teal, it's LoueMT. It's very funny because it's like Louis. It's actually, we call him Louis in the West, but in China they call it empty. So it's like I'm not really sure which one he prefers, but he does stream on Bilibili, and my connection is it's very bad in China for specifically for Twitch. YouTube is kind of fine, but no matter what VPN I use, Twitch is just made different, man. It's always buffering. It's never a good experience. And for example, tournaments from EGC TV, I just watch them on YouTube, even though I want to watch the Twitch chat sometimes because sometimes it's so funny. But I just go to YouTube and I can just watch like 1080p with no problem. Louis, he streams on Bilibili. What is Bilibili? Well, it's a Chinese YouTube platform, you can call it that way. It's mainly focused on games and all this kind of stuff. But it actually has a lot of stuff, like you can buy tickets for concerts or whatever. Like, for example, there was a singer I used to like when I was a teenager. It's called Ito Kanako. I was doing the openings of some animes, and she was doing a concert there. I didn't go to the concert, but you can actually got it from Bilibili. Directly from there with your, it's like buying tickets with your YouTube account, something like that. And her live stream, very cool as well. So sometimes I go watch Louis when I don't really want to deal with the buffering on Twitch. I just go to Bilibili and watch live stream there, and he plays really fast, really fast. I'm not surprised like how good this guy is. Like it's really made different. It's really made different. Anyway, Ultimasaurus are already making the Avios Kings looking to put a little bit of pressure into his opponent now. This was nerf, obviously. So the king will arrive, I think it will be like 15 seconds late than what the last patch had. I think it will go out after 50 seconds. I may be wrong, most likely, but nevertheless, it won't arrive like before, where you have the king in your face. Looks like Louis already anticipate this. Let's take a look at his vision. Does he know about this landmark? We don't really know that yet, because freaking observer mode doesn't have the information that we need. This is one of those things that you don't really follow a build order just because you kind of need to adapt to the situation. Like, for example, most people really prioritize the Imperial Academy just so that you can get extra gold right away, and then you can put a Barbican. But in this situation, Louis is just putting the Barbican right away because he knows a king is coming, and if he doesn't have the Barbican here, his food is gonna get denied, his gold is gonna get denied, and then everything is just gonna get a little bit harder. He will have to make spearman, he will have to chop wood and all that jazz. And this is where you change your build order, and this is where the magic of the game happens, just because you always need to adapt. Builders are really good for starting out, I believe, but as soon as you stick to it, if you're too harsh with it and you're not really reacting to what your opponent is doing, then they start like falling off. I already see Barbican almost going at the king. It's not gonna be able to do anything here. It should be able to go out really soon. Like in the last patch, the king should have been already around here, maybe. Probably, yeah. So it's definitely a significant nerf. Definitely a significant nerf. Louis has enough for going for that Sun Dynasty. Let's see if he wanna go for that. Most likely, yes. I mean, who wouldn't want cheaper villagers and extra taxes? Meanwhile, Ultimasaurus just going for the gold. I don't know if he's gonna go for that classic 2TC English king, which it's become super popular with a white tower. There you go. He already have enough for a town center, and he's gonna be putting it next to the gold. So wonderful stuff. King, it's like thinking, should I just div inside? Now the good thing about the king is that you can really try to poke him. You get some damage, but it heals himself. And the king only needs 3 hits to kill a villager. And he managed to get 1. And the beauty of it is like, okay, I get some damage, I will just stay away for a while, and I will heal myself. And looks like Louis. It's skipping the Song Dynasty. He's going right away into the Castle Age. Meanwhile, Ultimasaurus just building the second town center. He doesn't have any military to defend, but you're talking about the English, so he's gonna be in very, very good hands. Did I just hear the king say, "What's up?" I always think they say, "What's up, Fei Fei?" I don't know what's Fei Fei. So it's more Chinese to me than English. But I always hear the "What's up" with the English. With the English king. I also hear a little bit of a Spanish, like a pinche worker, like in it's an expression mostly from Mexican, but other Latin American countries use it. It's like freaking worker. And looks like it's gonna be the Imperial Palace. Now I'm already very happy about the choice of this game. Imperial Palace coming in, meaning he will know where the villagers are. Now remember, the Imperial Palace got a little bit of an upgrade. What you can do with this landmark, not only it does give you a lot of vision, you will see in a moment, although this is not the best place to put it, it will give you a lot of vision. The other thing is that you can check where are the villagers. And now, these landmarks have been buffed by showing like 3 tiles around. You show the villagers and you show what's around them in 3 tiles. So now you can get even more information about your opponent's base. So let's take a look at when Louis will use it. Like, look at this range. Oh my god. He doesn't really need to use it right away. And looks like it's gonna be knights. Look at this. Imperial Palace Rush is here, guys. I love it. I used to do this a lot when I played the Chinese, just because it was really, really hard to play with a 2TC build or the Song Dynasty. I will just skip Song Dynasty, go to Castle, and really, my opponent will be like extremely surprised. Actually, I think I went to a place like this in China who had this kind of building. I mean, there are many buildings like that, but specifically this one I think I can find in Xi'an. It's like where the terracotta warriors are, which is really, really cool. Spearman out there for Ultimasaurus. Now that's the problem with going with the knight. It's a very, very good unit, but in the Feudal Age, your opponent does have the ability to counter them with just Spearman, so you will need quite a lot of them to cause a lot of damage. Louis microing those knights, making sure you don't get attacked by those spearmen. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Ultimasaurus just building the last well. This is not close, by the way. I don't know why, but it's not close. You can still got here. You know when it's close, you see like a little thing here. Cool. King went down. Like a little thing here, which I don't see it anymore. Maybe it's close. Maybe it is close. It looks like this is the perfect opportunity for Louis to start grabbing some relics. Like, you know, you're not in Song Dynasty, but at least should be having some kind of advantage, right? And Spearman gonna get demolished here. There's plenty of knights here. You're gonna be careful not to lose them. A couple of Spearmen only alive at this moment. Looks like the walls are gonna go up, but just a couple of them, and he didn't manage to finish the job. And now knights are in a really, really big trouble, because they really need to deal with that spearman. At the same time, you don't want to take damage from the English town center. It does give quite a lot of damage. It's bow 8 damage multiplied by 2 is like 16. It's like, oh my god. You really need +2 range armor to deep dive into the English base. Like that's how it is. And I'm not even talking about the White Tower. With the White Tower you cannot even get inside. It's too good. And Louis losing a lot of stables. A lot of stables. A lot of knights already. Very good defense coming from Ultimasaurus, which gives Louis the opportunity to grab some relics. I already have the first moon going out. It's gonna be going. Oh, let's take a look at where is he going. I thought he was going directly to the furthest one. Knight's not gonna be able to do much now, and Louis decided to go. You know what? I'm gonna go for the Imperial Academy. I'm gonna get some taxes, and also, most importantly, I'm gonna get my Song Dynasty just to pump those villager production. I just remember, like, I never know, like, it's very hard to think about who's watching this video. And when I say Song Dynasty, some people may get it, some people may not. And what happens is with the Song Dynasty, as soon as you build your second landmark in the Feudal Age, then you get your villager production reduced to 15 seconds. That's what it does. That's what it does. Just in case someone doesn't know. White Tower already here. Pretty much a classic English base. This is where a lot of people complain, because it's like, okay, now I can't get into the base. Traps are not really, you know, the best choice here. They're not really that good, especially at this point in the game. When you get the White Tower under 12-minute mark, your opponent cannot do anything about your base. They're kind of like forced to go into the Imperial, especially if the English plan is to go Imperial, which they can do. They just build a lot of farms. I was just watching this player called Yukusi. It's like a Japanese player who only mainly plays English, and I saw his playstyle. He's prioritizing farms like a madman. Like, I don't care if he's like inside his base, like 20 minutes into the game, he's always building farms. And as soon as he gets the chance, he gets to Imperial Age, he gets Berkshire, and he's just having the time of his life. Louis gonna get the board here. Beautiful stuff. Meanwhile, more relics coming out for him. Knights are out for Ultimasaurus. But the most important relics are being gathered by Louis, except for this one. Looks like Louis will go home with at least 4 relics. Knights gonna be finding some villagers. Now remember, Louis didn't go for that Song Dynasty very early on, so he's really behind on the villager count. You really cannot afford to lose anyone here. Very nice raid coming from the English. Looks like he's gathering the last relic, and now he's going to grab even the 5th one. He even managed to get the 5th one. Imperial official, a little bit of location disorder, managed to get inside. It's like better save the tax officer than the villager. Yes, sir. Start capturing secret sites. That's a good thing about putting a lot of pressure into your opponent. Like, you can actually go capture secret sites, and you cannot force him to go out in the map to just, you know, he has to do something. And obviously the most beautiful response is just getting some knights out just to get some map control. Let's take a look at the income per minute. Oh my god, we're already 40 minutes into the game. I haven't really changed it. Usually I try to change it between 8 and 10. Let me know in the comments if you wanted to see it earlier. Knight's just gonna be harassing now. It's just a harass stage. No big wars. No big murders. Nothing crazy. It's just knight against knight, finding a villager here and there. And he's gonna find one. Meanwhile, more knights coming here. And at this point, what is Ultimasaurus' plan? He can definitely go Imperial if he wanted. You're already getting network of citadels, which is very, very good. This guy's still in the castle age. He's not upgrading the spearman. But Louis is already making the switch for the classic palace guard build. Look at that. Suffering from success. You need to build another monastery just to put the relic there. Looks like he's gonna come back with the 5th relic. Not exactly sure where is it. There you go. In the edge of the map. Barbican. Not with the sprinkle emplacement. It's actually very good, the sprinkle emplacement in the Barbican. You do actually quite a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Louis, we haven't really seen him using the ability to check the villagers. We will need to check in this mode. Check whether or not he activates it. I'm sure he will think about it when he does have some palace guards on the field. Right now it's only one. It's actually just changing to spearman just to deal with those knights. Numbers are increasing for Ultimasaurus. He has quite a lot of knights. He does have quite a significant lead on the villager count, so it's gonna get harder and harder for Louis now. Now, granted, Louis does have 5 relics. A 5th one is coming home for sure, and that's something you cannot ignore. Like, 5 relics, that's a lot of passive gold income. Not only coming from the relics, but also from the taxes here. There's plenty of gold coming for Louis, even if he decides to not mine any gold. Is he mining gold? He says, no sir, we already have plenty. We don't really need to mine more gold. Look at that. Plenty of gold here in the back. No food for him, unfortunately. Everything is kind of exposed in the middle. Meanwhile, the English is saying his base very safe. More and more farms coming up for him, and looks like he may try to go Imperial at this point. Because English Imperial, it's quite different from English Castle Age. Imperial gets enclosures, meaning you get passive gold income. And obviously you get all your upgrades, elite man-at-arms and all that stuff, elite army tactics, which is very, very good. Never underestimate the English man-at-arms. They are really, really strong. He has plenty of farms already. Let's take a look how many farms he has. 45 farms. Pretty much ready for the Imperial Age already. Meanwhile, Louis, with a little bit of a trouble here, his opponent is 30 villages ahead. You can already start feeling it with the army when you kill something and somehow your opponent always has more army than you. And White Tower here, meaning you cannot really do much. At this point, probably Louis is thinking, you know what, I'm just gonna boom here. And he's mining stone, probably going for a 2nd town center, potentially a 3rd town center. That's always a choice. Always a choice with the Chinese. Meanwhile, that's a lot of knights, man. How many knights you see here? 9? You will need more than 9 spearmen. You need like 20. Looks like he will retreat on time. No villager's gonna die here. Not today. And food is running out for Louis. Still have the boar here. The next food is just some berries here in the middle of nowhere. And the other one is really, really exposed in the middle. There's something about this map that you always get a lot of food in the middle. You kind of have to go there. And if you don't get the food, it's just really hard for you. Looks like these villagers gathering the boar are just gonna be garrison for now. Beautiful defense by Louis, managed to repair the outpost right on time. Meanwhile, he's actually going for a 2nd town center already. Wouldn't mind if he goes for a 3rd one. And he's building some stone walls. This really means that he doesn't really want to fight the English now. He's not ready there for a big fight. He knows if he has more money, has more villagers, then he basically will have more army. And even if you win a battle, he will replenish those units and then go for it again. So it's not a fight you want to have. Therefore, just building those stone walls slowly but steady guarantees that you will play the late game for sure. Now, interesting fact about the Chinese is that with Imperial officials supervising this, is the only civilization that can actually gather enough stone for a second town center and a keep. Usually you either need to choose between the two. Chinese can do both. It's like Louis is now the one sacking his base. Ultimasaurus suffering from a lot of food. Everyone is gonna get fat here. And I wouldn't mind if he put the market here. There you go. There is a market already. And he might potentially sell some food while it's in a good price. This is a very, very good price. You can just sell it, go Imperial, have a good time. And I'm not gonna lie, Louis, I think it's in big trouble. Villagers coming here. Not exactly sure why. Probably some outposts. I don't think he's gonna build a Berkshire in his face. But it's definitely a choice. But I don't think he's gonna build it with so very few villagers. He does have quite a big advantage. 108 military units. 108 villagers. 61 military units. Louis cannot fight this. This keep is gonna go up. And it's funny how things turn out. Even the Chinese with the fast castle into knights cannot really contest the English. Meanwhile, the Great Wall Gatehouse coming here just next to the granaries. Beautiful transition, you must say. Like, wait, it's one of these. These are really hard stuff to do. Just putting some granaries really fast, really efficient. And now Louis in a big trouble here. He knows with his landmark what's going on here. Even though he lost the outpost. Has plenty of vision. Meanwhile, Berkshire next to the keep. I'm not really gonna prioritize these farms. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna build a Berkshire next to it. But there are bigger problems here. This guy will protect all the food economy from Louis. Gold, not an issue for him. Look at the range of the Great Wall Gatehouse, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Meanwhile, Berkshire gonna get built here with 10 villagers. Slow but steady. Nest of bees are already out. And potentially will be able to snipe those villagers. I don't know if that's his plan. But Ultimasaurus just trying to get inside the base. Gonna be careful not to lose those nests of bees. Oh my god, look at the damage of the nest of bees. Gotta be careful not to lose it. Excuse me, sir. I need to run. Not mind if you put the body for me. Nest of bees already safe. Managed to hit all those crossbows. And beautiful defense coming from Louis. Nest of bees are still alive. Managing to get so much damage. But the Berkshire is about to go up. And with that, Louis is gonna have quite a lot of trouble now. Ultimasaurus just pumping those units, sending them here. But all those units are just very low HP. Louis managed to repair those nests of bees. The Great Wall Gatehouse just doing so much damage to those units. And what a defense. What a defense. Ultimasaurus just went from 60 something military units to 27. Bombard already out. Gonna deal with a big elephant. With the elephant in the room. Don't really say a big elephant. Just say elephant in the room. It's already. Elephants are big by nature. Oh my god, look at the range of the Berkshire. You gotta love it. You gotta love that range. You gotta, if you put a villager here just to repair it, like, that will be awesome. There you go. This guy got assigned to repair on the fly. Trap is gonna try to snipe the bombard, but it's gonna fail. We are just trying to repair the Berkshire. Meanwhile, Louis is getting elite palace guards and also their upgrade to increase their health. Bombard doing God's work here. Well, let's take a look at the English base. Nothing but farms. Nothing but farms. That's what the English dream is about. No walls from him, which is kind of scary, to be honest. It's really, really scary. Just because Louis is not in the Yuan dynasty yet. But he may think about it, because he already have some palace guards, and if you go Yuan Dynasty with the palace guards, then you're gonna have quite a lot of trouble if you don't have stone walls. He's just gonna raid everything. I already have +3 range armor, so things are gonna get really, really hard for the English if he doesn't have some stone walls out. So far he's not really, he doesn't have the food economy to really just go to that Yuan Dynasty. Tight Barns coming up for him as well, which is really good with 5 relics. And now Palace Guards go out. And those elite man-at-arms, they also mean business. They also mean business. No elite army tactics yet for bot players, so these are not gonna be super tanky. Traps are gonna try to take down the Great Wall Gatehouse. Meanwhile, Louis trying his best to keep this Bombard alive. Springle out there. Bombard snipes the Springle. And now Palace Guards are just going for a raid. It's like, I cannot wait for the Yuan Dynasty. Let's just keep going. How many barracks he has? 10 barracks. This is pretty much a way of saying, like, I'm just gonna raid now. And that's his winning condition, to be honest. If you raid a lot, eventually the English will fall down with no walls. He's trying to repair the nest of bees. Let's see if he will manage to repair this. It's quite an impressive defense coming from Louis. Quite impressive. Meanwhile, Berkshire is still there. It's so annoying to have a Berkshire next to your base. But Louis are really raiding here. It's taking quite a lot of villagers. This Bombard is gonna go down, unfortunately. Or maybe not. Yeah, it is going down. But a couple of Bombards are already here. Berkshire, full health. And look at the damage of the Berkshire. It's just crazy. Look at this. Elite Palace Guards, +3 range armor. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Villagers going down, which means he won't be able to repair the Bombard. The Berkshires, I should say. But the raid continues here. And now Ultimasaurus cannot really keep pushing into Louis' base. He needs to deal with those raids. It's such an annoyance, and a couple of Bombards will take down the Berkshire for sure. This one is gonna be a piece of cake. +3 range attack coming for Ultimasaurus. And Louis, with enough food to go for the Yuan Dynasty, is he gonna press that button? He does have plenty of food. He did stabilize. Because you need the Yuan Dynasty if you wanna raid. Your units will be so fast. Like, even without the Yuan Dynasty, you're already raiding a lot. Now the main trade for Louis is already down. And now he's just sending Palace Guards. Problem is, you're dealing with English man-at-arms, and also, potentially, if there is an outpost nearby, or if you go inside his base, he has a network of citadels, which will give 40% attack speed to all those units. Now, what makes English man-at-arms so powerful? Well, it's their unique upgrade, Ironclad, which will give them extra defense. So it's I don't know if he has it already. Let's take a look. He does have it. So it's gonna be really hard for him. Astronomical Clock Tower coming up for Louis, and that means Yuan Dynasty is activated. All the units having extra movement speed. These guys are gonna be running now. You cannot catch those guys. 1.58 tiles move speed against 1.12. That's how fast they are. It's like, I don't need to fight. And that's the problem with no walls. Now they're just gonna keep sending those Palace Guards. 22 on the queue, 51 on the field. you know that he knows that's his winning condition. He knows that palace guards on the field are just very, very hard to deal with. And slow but steady, Ultimasaurus getting really bad economy. Has plenty of food, plenty of gold as always. He's lacking a little bit of wood. And things are just not gonna look good for him at the moment. That's a lot of palace guards. So that's the right move. Big wall here. Big wall to protect yourself from those palace guards. It looks like they are deciding to attack now. Now this fight is in equal conditions, almost equal. Just because Ultimasaurus doesn't have the +3 melee defense and Louis does. So it's quite a significant difference when you have this kind of fights where you see a lot of palace guards. Look at this, palace guards against man-at-arms. Honorable fight, only with fist. You don't see one these days. You always see, you know, like, I'm gonna make 5 mangonels directly into your face. That kind of stuff. Meanwhile, Louis securing the gold from very early on. It's a really good spot when it comes to the gold. It's plenty of gold for him, so this thing is just not gonna stop. More upgrades coming up for him. And looks like he does have the elite army tactics. And these guys are just in another level. Man-at-arms 180. And Ultimasaurus doesn't have the wood to build a university. He doesn't have a university. Which means those man-at-arms are gonna be even tankier. Palace guards just gonna go for another raid here. Louis just building more walls to stop the big wall from building. Hand cannoneers doing a lot of DPS. Look at that network of castles working out for him. So much DPS coming from those hand cannoneers. And Louis struggling at the moment. Sending to go out. Sending all those man-at-arms here. But hand cannoneers numbers are decreasing for the English, and he taps out. He knows he cannot stop the flood of man-at-arms. Well played by these two players. Hopefully you enjoyed this match. And hopefully I see you in the next time. Bye and take care.